This is RTV6 News at 7, working for you.
Thanks for joining us. I'm Rafael Sanchez. First at 7, the Muncie Police Department is slapped with a notice of violation after officers misused their computers to look up information about a man who's been critical of that city's government. The Muncie police chief says his department is making sure that this does not happen again. He sent out an internal memo to all officers on July the 24th, reminding them of the appropriate use of the law enforcement records system known as IDAX. A state police review deemed that the Muncie Police Department was in violation of misusing the IDAX system after a citizen filed a records request with the state agency. We sat down with Muncie Police Chief Joe Winkle.
I think in these couple situations, they were trying to get information on someone that in that situation they shouldn't have been. There was no crime involved. They weren't investigating a crime, and these people have the right to not have this done to them. We certainly realize that we were wrong, and we think we've fixed this issue and should never happen again.
Let's put this all in perspective now. At 7, the notice of violation is among the lowest reprimands a police department can receive in this kind of situation. The worst punishment is being suspended from the record system. In 2018, state police say they had 2 violations. They say these kinds of incidents are not common. Now at 7, as we take a look outside, what a beautiful, gorgeous day in central Indiana. I hate to ask this question, how long will it last? Because I don't think I want the answer unless, Kevin Gregory, it's a good one.
Oh, you do want the answer, yeah.
Okay.
At least 5 days that will be spectacular, a little bit warmer each day, but we're on a run here. What a dismount from the month of July as we welcome August tomorrow. A big blue H on the weather map. This area of high pressure will ensure, it'll be our insurance marker, that we're dry and progressively warmer. Right now, the wind is light, but over the northeast wind and the north wind, that keeps humidity down, and temperatures tonight will respond to the drier air, drop into the 60s and in some cases the upper 50s. 79 in Lafayette. Indy's down to 80 degrees. 81, 82 is a high temperature in much of central Indiana. There we are in the 70s. The skies are almost crystal clear. Any clouds you may have now will fade away tonight. By 10 o'clock, we're down to 72 degrees. We'll wake up to 62 degrees tomorrow. That north wind, and then afternoon high temperature of 82. We'll talk about how that changes for opening day at the fair and the first weekend of August coming up.
More news on 7 right now. Investigators are trying to figure out what caused a vacant building to collapse on the city's north side. Crews cleared debris from West 30th Street this evening after it fell. Luckily, no one was hurt. People in the area say the building has been in poor condition for a number of years. The Faith Church of God in Christ next door was not damaged. Long hours, low wages, and tough demands. Some teachers are not surprised at all that the state has been facing a teacher shortage for years in their line of work. Tonight, RTV6 is digging into how the state plans to attract more teacher candidates into our state schools. Emily Wessel is a former student of Westlake Elementary in Wayne Township on the city's west side. Now she teaches there, despite the way she says society can be hard on educators.
It was a hard journey because everybody, you tell everybody you're going to be a teacher and they kind of knock you down a little bit. That everybody kind of says that teachers don't make very much money. But I knew that this was what I was passionate about.
And she's among the best ahead of the new school year. Wessel was able to add $600 in new supplies to her classroom. But that money came from donors. Data collected by Forbes puts Indiana in dead last for teacher pay increases. It's a trend the Indiana Department of Education says needs to end.
I think the first thing that's important is listening, right? So what we've tried to do over the last couple of years is truly listen to educators. I mean, that's fine. Local community.
The Department of Education says it asks educators questions like why they left the classroom as well as why they came back. Here we go again. Another major interstate closure that you will need to pay attention to. I-465 is going to be closed for 15 days on the city's southeast side. Beginning August the 9th, east/northbound lanes will be shut down from I-65 to I-70. Now, this closure will mostly impact Beech Grove drivers. Again, that begins August the 9th and will go all the way through August the 24th. And then after Labor Day, the Indiana Department of Transportation will close the same stretch of highway going in the opposite direction That will last until September the 21st. We know it's a lot of information. You can find all of these road closures and how to get around them on the IndyChannel.com. Today, superheroes helped honor an 8-year-old boy in Delaware County who recently died of brain cancer. Christian Doherty's funeral was held today at the Horizon Convention Center in Muncie. We shared the 8-year-old boy's story back in April. That's when Batman, as you may recall, surprised Christian at Albany Elementary School. The Caped Crusader had lunch with him and another boy who's battling leukemia. Today, Christian, after he passed away last Friday at Riley Hospital for Children, and today the superheroes served as his pallbearers, carrying Christian's casket. And as you just saw there, Batman used his Batmobile to lead the procession to the cemetery. Tonight, an East Side neighborhood is rejuvenated thanks to the help of many volunteers. Indianapolis city agencies and members of the community tackled litter and illegal dumping in the Tuxedo Park neighborhood. That's the area of Sherman Drive, East Michigan Street, and East Washington Street. Volunteers, as you can see, they cleaned up trash and debris that people have illegally dumped in that area. And that includes construction materials, broken electronics, as well as household waste.
It's important for several reasons. One of the main reasons is to tackle blight, to improve the quality of life for our Indianapolis residents, to address each community of Indianapolis and show support, have the city of Indianapolis come together.
If someone is dumping materials on your property, you can contact the Mayor's Action Center for help. That number, keep it handy, is 317-327-4622. It is the biggest convention in the United States. It starts tomorrow right here in Indianapolis. The Indiana Convention Center and Lucas Oil Stadium are once again hosting, you know it, Gen Con. More than 70,000 people are expected to attend. But if you want to go but don't wait to get your tickets, the 4-day badge and the Saturday badges are they're sold out, unfortunately. In fact, the convention set a record for the number of 4-day badges sold. You can still get Gen Con badges for tomorrow, Friday, or Sunday. The Indiana State Fair, it begins Friday, which also happens to be RTV6 Day at the Fair. RTV6 will be live from the fair throughout the day, starting with Good Morning Indiana for those of you who are early risers. We'll bring you the sights and the sounds of opening day in real time, which will include the musical sensations of all those bands that are out there for Band Day. Join us for all of the fun on Friday. Again, the State Fair runs until August the 18th. Up ahead on the news at 7, it's time for Hiring Hoosiers. Internships, they can be a good way of launching your career. Now, a new opportunity to network and get your foot in the door. What you need to know about the intern extravaganza. But first, our big extravaganza with, of course, the one and only Kevin Gregory.
It's all about the thermometer, Raphael. No need to stare at radar here over the next several days. 80 in Indianapolis. Warmth, much warmer temperatures sit out to the west. Wind will start to heat things up. Coming up.
Weekdays from 6 to 10 a.m.
This is RTV6 News at 7, working for you.
A new food choice is coming to Hamilton County. Carmel is set to host the first Indiana Wahlburgers restaurant. The casual dining burger place and bar will be part of a development at Carmel Drive and Range Line Road. It's set to open sometime next year. Actors Donnie and Mark Wahlberg and their brother, executive chef Paul Wahlberg, founded the restaurant. There are 25 Wahlburger restaurants across the country. What is on the menu for Kevin Gregory as we head into this Wednesday evening? Beautiful.
Here, let me carry the forecast to you.
Well, thank you.
You like your maitre d'. We'll serve up lots of sunshine.
Take it.
Increasingly warmer temperatures and great state fair weather. Yeah.
So if you're serving this all up, what's the price? What am I going to pay?
Free.
Perfect.
How about that? A 7-day forecast you don't have to pay for. And it's a dry forecast here over the next 7 days. When I take that back, maybe a chance for a shower or thunderstorm on Tuesday or Wednesday, but it very well could be a dry 7 days, definitely dry through the weekend, and progressively warmer. As the temperature goes up, the humidity will not follow. The humidity will remain rather steady. It will never feel that oppressive, even when temperatures are pushing that 90-degree mark as we get to Sunday and Monday, but a great way to start the month of August tomorrow. We're at 80 degrees in Indianapolis, 79 in Bloomington and Greensburg. Temperatures also upper 70s anywhere to the north and west. Low humidity with clear sky tonight. We'll still be able to see these temperatures drop into the upper 50s. Say hello to Doc. He's got the right idea. Doc, keep the sunglasses on for the next several days. Kenny Court's sending in a picture of his dog, and what a pleasure to go for a walk this evening. Temperatures in the 70s with that breeze. You can send your dog's picture to me, kevin.gregory@wrtv.com, and I'll be happy to take your dog figuratively for a walk during the forecast. Upper 50s to low 60s, that's the way we start the new month tomorrow. We're back into the low 80s tomorrow afternoon. Not much of a change. I need to say the date and time each time you see me over the next several days so you realize that it's live and we're talking about something new, even though it's old. Not much will change. That northeast wind out of the northeast at about 10 miles per hour. Temperatures tomorrow, low to mid 80s. August is a month where we start at 85 for a high. By the end of the month, we're down to 83. Low temperatures go from 66 to 62. The slide is on as far as slipping toward fall. And you'll see these guys along with others at the State Fair on Friday, opening day at the State Fair. 83 the afternoon temperature. RTV6 day at the fair. We hope to see you there. Temperatures on band day in the mid 80s at their warmest. Into the weekend, temperatures a little bit warmer both Saturday and Sunday. The humidity, though, lags behind. It will not be that oppressive. And early next week, chance for thunderstorms on Tuesday and Wednesday.
A great evening to just go out on a bike ride and enjoy the weather in Indiana.
Loving it.
We are all loving it. Kevin, thank you so much. Coming up in your nightly Hiring Hoosiers report, there's increasing demands for caregivers to help look after our aging family members. We'll look into that. Plus, it's never too late to start enhancing your career with an internship. How you can get in on this intern extravaganza. That and much more all ahead on Hiring Hoosiers, only on RTV6.
Financing for 60 months on select 2019 Atlas models.
RTV6's mission with Hiring Hoosiers is to provide you with the connections to jobs, resources, and all training. Today, RTV6's Lauren Casey is looking at a one-of-a-kind program in Monroe County, a program in demand to deal with the aging baby boomer population right here in Indiana.
I just really fell in love with it because I've always wanted to be a nurse, and I thought it was a perfect opportunity for me.
Mackenzie is a health science student taking part in a special program at Hoosier Hills Career Center, and she has big plans for her future.
Graduate high school and go to college and hopefully become a nurse. Oh, I love it.
Audie Page is her classmate. She says they're covering a wide variety of medical topics like terminology, but working with a certain group of people is what she has enjoyed the most.
Definitely the Alzheimer's and dementia training. And we went to a nursing home and we got certified for Alzheimer's and dementia training, and that was my favorite part.
Hoosier Hills is located in Bloomington. The Career Center serves nearly 700 students across several counties, including 9 different area high schools. Part of what they have to offer health science students is Alzheimer's and dementia training for caregivers.
We had a conversation almost 2 years ago about the need for improving healthcare across the board.
Hoosier Hills partners with the Alzheimer's educators with IU Health Bloomington for this specialized training.
We see such a need working with the long-term care community, whether it's facilities, long-term care facilities or home care, that there's just such a lack of caregivers, and also caregivers that really understand dementia. And I think it's really amazing that we're watching healthcare change right before our very eyes.
Absolutely.
What started out as a pilot program is now winning awards and becoming a model for other career centers across the region. The students travel to an assisted living facility and they're paired up with the residents. They get to know these people living with memory loss, and they develop care plans to focus on the memories they still hold on to rather than what they've lost. The certification is important for future caregivers, but this training is about much more than that.
It's not so much what our kids learn in the skills. That's a great part of it, but the fact that they have those connections with the adults struggling with dementia, that's when you see that they get it.
Thank you, Lauren Casey there. As the need grows for these caregivers, these 11th and 12th graders are on the right track to fill those roles with compassion and with a lot of courage. Folks at the Hoosier Hills were able to secure a $1.2 million grant to serve students in programs like this one and in several other career centers across the area. Happening this Friday at the Indiana State Fair, it's not only opening day or RTV6 day at the fair, the fairgrounds is also hosting an intern extravaganza to help Hoosiers develop their career skills. RTV6's Amanda Starantino joins us with a local expert and the effort to connect you with resources year-round.
We are now joined with Mike Slocum, the Executive Director of Indiana Internet with the Chamber of Commerce. And Indiana Internet is helping a lot of students out here learn kind of some job placement skills and getting a head start on their careers. What does Indiana Internet do?
Well, our primary job is to match as many students and employers as possible around the state, matching Indiana students with Indiana companies to be able to, what we hope is intern locally, so they'll be more likely to work locally when they graduate.
And stay local, too. We want people to stay in Indiana with us.
Absolutely, that's correct.
And I think what's really great about Indiana Internet is finding an internship is really hard. A lot of people have to do it, and it's such a wide variety of things you can do, and it's hard to focus in on one thing. And Indiana Internet puts everything in one place. Talk about how that works.
We have a marketplace or a portal at indianaintern.net that brings our students and employers together into one place. We had over 11,000 students searching in the spring. We had well over 1,000 position postings as well, just for summer internships, so being able to search for different size companies, types of companies all around the state in one place.
And what type of companies? Are you focused on one thing or a variety?
We support all Indiana industries, lots of excitement around business and IT and healthcare, but we support all industries.
And what age of students should be looking at Indiana Internet for these opportunities?
Both high school and college students will find internships on our site. Lots of students think about interning when they're about to be a college senior, just in time for graduation, and really the chance to learn in the workplace happens much earlier than that.
Got it. So there's a really big event coming up.
That's correct.
What is it?
We're having our intern extravaganza. It's a intern networking event and really a celebration of the entire internship experience. We're partnering with longtime internship partners at the Indiana State Fair, hosting on Friday, August 2nd. We're going to spend the morning out, opening morning of the fair. Interns being able to network with one another, learn great ways to wrap up their experience, and be able to then see the greatness that is the Indiana State Fair.
So for this extravaganza, is it just for students who did Indiana Internet programs, or any student that's interested?
Any student who's interning and from anywhere in the state can come join us on that day. If you found us through internet, that's fantastic, but if not, still a great way to celebrate your experience. Just wrapping up, come join us on that day.
So companies who may see this interview and are interested in being a part of this, who should they reach out to, and can they still join in on this?
Absolutely. We support internship experiences all year round, not just in the summer. Employers can track me or my team down at indianaintern.net, be able to reach out to us that way.
Okay, and where should students sign up?
Students come to the same spot. Indianaintern.net can create an account in just a matter of minutes and be able to see. We, at this moment, have over 500 postings, most of which for fall, so it's not too late to find an internship for this fall.
That's great. Internships go all year round.
They sure do. Don't just think of it for summer.
Okay, thank you, Mike, for joining us. And for more information on the extravaganza, go to hiringhoosiers.com.
And thank you so much. I'll see you tonight on the news at 11. Dozens of new jobs will soon be available in Fishers. Anvil plans to create up to 41 positions by the end of 2022. The company develops software to help reduce and prevent injuries for workers in hazardous environments. Anvil will move into an office building in the 11,000 block of Lantern Road by the end of August. We're told the new jobs planned are high-wage positions. You can find more job openings plus information about Friday's intern extravaganza, of course, right here at hiringhoosiers.com under the Career Resources section for you to find all of that great information. But still ahead on the news at 7, an annual study spells out good things for Indiana in this key sector of the employment. Why this report says we're leading the charge in this specific industry. As we take a look outside, it's just simply gorgeous. That and much more when Hiring Hoosiers continues right here on RTV6.
77.
Let's keep talking hiring Hoosiers. New research backs up what many of us already know about Indiana's manufacturing industry. A report from Ball State University says Indiana leads the nation in terms of manufacturing employment and global reach of the goods produced here. Ball State Center for Business and Economic Research analyzes the manufacturing sector in every state. This year's study says we're doing great, not only in manufacturing, but as well as in logistics. That refers to the management of the flow of products between here and where they're consumed. We have a lot of warehouses, a lot of truck drivers, and they all need more people, so give them a call. We'll talk about that on Tuesday for the Jobs of the Week. Kevin Gregory.
The Big Blue H over Lake Superior is basically our shield, and it will protect the Midwest and Central Indiana from any rain, not just tonight and tomorrow, but over the next 5 days. It's probably not until Tuesday of next week that we have our next best chance for any showers or thunderstorms.
Thanks for watching our next newscast tonight at 11. Have a great evening.